And we're back with part 3 of Pain and Prescription, chapter 5. Now, where we left off at, Lil Kenny and Denham is in Detective James' office. Now, Detective James have just told Lil Kenny and Denham that the body that was found on their property in their shed, which was Denham's uncle, Tony, the blood has been drained from his body and replaced with abominable fluid, and someone spray painted on the shed walls, "Leave this house." Now, Lil Kenny is puzzled. He trying to figure out, now, what type of "I know what you did last summer" shit is this? Denham done tipped her head to the side and said, "They spray painted what on the walls?" Detective James had no problem repeating himself while showing them again the picture. It said, "Leave this house." Lil Kenny said, "I don't know who would do that to Tony, or why would they want to do that to Tony." Denham replied behind Lil Kenny and said, "Me neither." Detective James then said, "Well, he did kidnap y'all. I mean, this could be a revenge plot." Lil Kenny then replied, "Nah, bruh, we don't do shit like that. We only go at you if you fuck with us." Detective James then said, I see." At this point, Lil Kenny is a little frustrated because he feel like Detective James is trying to put that body on him. So Kenny like, "Look, any more questions?" Detective James says, "Nah, I'll be in touch." Now, Lil Kenny and Denham walks out the office, out the doors of the precinct, to the parking lot, and to their car. Get in the car, close the doors, put their seatbelt on, turn the car on, and turn the radio down low. Drove out the parking lot, made a right turn, then a left, and head home. While driving with the music low, Lil Kenny is mumbling to himself, "Man, they got me fucked up. They ain't gonna put that on us. I don't know who the fuck would want to kill him, but we don't got shit to do with it." Denham then replied, "Do you think somebody's trying to frame us?" Kenny replied to Denham, "Frame us for what? We ain't do shit to nobody. They was fucking with us." Denham had nothing to say. She just looking at Kenny, looking very worried. Kenny driving, and he continued by saying, "Yeah, they can come with that shit if they want to. They gonna die just like everybody did in that church." Denham still had nothing to say. At that very moment, Kenny's cell phone rang. He pressed answered, and it came on in the Bluetooth of the car. He replied, "Hello, this is Kenny. How can I help you?" The next voice that we hear was Jackie's. "Hey, Kenny, how you doing? I was wondering if you can come past the house and talk to me and my husband." Kenny replied, "No problem. I'm actually a block away. I'll be there less than 5 minutes." Kenny showed up in 4. Pulled up on the block, parked the car, him and Denham got out, and they went to the house. Knocked on the door, boom, boom, boom. Bernard opened the door, greeted them, and let them in. They walked towards the living room. Jackie said, "Have a seat," and they sat on the couch. Jackie started the conversation off by saying, "I really don't know how to say this." Denham then replied, "Go ahead, Jackie. It's okay. Just say it." Jackie continued by saying, "We don't want to stay here no more. We want to break our lease, and we would just pay any penalties that we have to pay. But we don't feel safe. I'm so sorry, but I'm scared." Bernard standing up on the left side of his wife, rubbing her back, consoling her and telling her, "Baby, it's okay." Then Kenny replied, "I totally understand. And we won't charge you no penalties. We'll just let you out of the lease." Denham then took her right hand and put it on Kenny's knee and rubbed it. Dropped her head, holding back tears. Because them renting out this house was helping them where they live. Because Capitol Hill, D.C. is really expensive. Kenny continued by saying, "How long do y'all need to move out?" Jackie said, "We'll be out by the end of the week." Kenny said, "No problem." So now they say their goodbyes to each other. Kenny and Denham leave, get in their car, and head home. So now, Lord Kenny and Denham are home. When they walk through the doors of their house, Stacy got company. It's Big Kenny and Lachelle. Lil Kenny is actually happy to see his mother and father. So Lachelle runs to Lil Kenny and give him a hug. Then she runs to Denham and give her a hug. Then Big Kenny runs to Lil Kenny and give him a hug. Then Big Kenny runs to Denham and give her a hug. Everybody just hugging and shit. Stacy is sitting on the couch with Lil K. He's eating apples, kicking his feet, looking healthy and moving around. She's also on the phone with SJ, who's about to be on the way over to Denham and Lil Kenny's house to see everybody. Lil Kenny says to Lachelle, "Mom, what y'all doing here?" Lachelle replied to Lil Kenny, "We gonna be here for a while." He like, "Huh? For a while? What you mean for a while?" Lachelle then says, "Till we find out what's going on with my grandbaby." Big Kenny replied, "Yeah, son, I used my leave, so about 2 weeks worth." Lil Kenny replied, nah, Dad, y'all tripping. Y'all going to a hotel? Stacy replied, Lil Kenny, don't do that to your mother and father. They birthed you. They can stay with you. Lil Kenny replied, Stacy, for real. Come on now, we need our privacy too. Stacy said, I understand all that, but we need to know what the fuck going on around here. Lil Kenny says, ain't nothing going on. Mom, Dad, remember when I was young, I used to get sick all the time. I was trying to tell Denim that. Stacy said, I remember too, but you wasn't losing weight and shit. Denim said, I know. And started crying. Here goes Stacy, oh shit, I shouldn't have said that. It ain't that bad though, Denim, it ain't that bad. So Lil Kenny goes over there to Denim, start hugging her and shit, kissing her on her forehead, babe, it's gonna be okay. So now Lachelle walks over there to where Stacy and Baby K is sitting at on the couch, and she sits beside Baby K. She started rubbing his tummy and say, baby, you okay? He like, yeah. Now Baby K, his speech is not fully developed. So, he know how to say mama, dad, he point, stuff like that, but he's not fully developed when it comes to his speech. So when they ask him stuff, he makes sounds. He not all for nothing, it's just taking him a little bit more time. So Denim looked at everybody and she says, I've been thinking to pull him out of school and just homeschool him. Stacy replied, oh, really? Lachelle says, we ain't doing that. We're going to let him go back to school. Lachelle continues by saying, how many teachers do we have? Denim replied, 2. Do they give you a schedule like what they do each day? Denim replied, a matter of fact, they do. Lachelle then replied, let me see the schedule. She looks at the schedule. As she's looking at the schedule, she said, okay. She put the schedule down, then she looked at her grandbaby. She says, you're going to go to school tomorrow. You're going to be just fine. She then looked at Stacy and gave Stacy the schedule. Stacy looked at the schedule and then looked at Lachelle. And then she looked at the schedule. And then she looked at Lachelle. Then she put the schedule down and she said to Lachelle, okay, bitch, I'm with you. Now it's the next day. Big Kenny and Lachelle stayed over Lil Kenny and Denim's house. It's about 7:35 in the morning. Everybody is getting up about to start their day. And Lachelle is up too in the kitchen fixing breakfast and she's fully dressed. Denim and Lil Kenny is dressed for work. Denim also got Lil K dressed for the daycare. So the first thing Kenny say is, Mom, what you dressed for? She said, I'm waiting for Stacy. She about to come past here. We got to make some room. Kenny said, oh, all right. Then Lil Kenny walked in the living room, kissed his son, and kissed Denim and said, y'all have a good day. I'm going to see y'all when I get home from work. Walked out the door, got in his car, head to work. Right behind him was Denim, and she's taking Lil K to the daycare, and after that, she's heading to work. So Denim now into the school building. She goes to the main office before she goes to the actual classroom. Now, while she's in the main office, she's talking to the office clerk, which is Miss Jackson. Because Miss Jackson is asking, is everything okay with Lil K? He looks better. He's happy. He's in good spirit. What the doctor say? Just question after question. Denim replies by saying, yes, everything is good. I hope he stay this way. I'm waiting for his test results to find out, what was really going on. Miss Jackson replied by saying, oh, okay. In the midst of Denim and Miss Jackson talking, another school official come in, Miss Tina. Tina goes to say, I'm so sorry that I'm late, Jackson. I was still out here looking for somewhere to stay. I got to get out of my apartment. The lease is up, so I got to find me somewhere to live. Denim says, oh, look at God. Because due to the fact that Jackie and Bernard is gone, they was looking for a new renter to stay in their house. So without no hesitation, Denim just jumped out and said, oh, you looking for somewhere to rent? Me and my boyfriend, we have a house that we're renting, and it's actually available right now, and I can take your number and give it to my boyfriend, and he can give you a call. Miss Tina replied, are you serious? Because I supposed to have been out of my apartment like last week. She said, yeah, I'm very serious. I can take your information and I can pass it on to my boyfriend. Miss Tina said, oh my God, thank you so much. What's your name, ma'am? She says, I'm Denim. Miss Tina said, can you call him now and tell him to call me right now, please? She said, I will. And Miss Jackson is just standing there saying, God is so good. So now Denim has left the office and head to the classroom. Now she gets to the classroom and she greets the 2 teachers, Miss Thomas and Miss Berry, who's excited to see Lil K back at the daycare. Denim now drops off Lil K and head to work. As she's walking out the building, she noticed in the parking lot, she sees a familiar car. So she's looking and she don't see nobody, but she know that car looks familiar. So Denim paid her no mind. She walked to her car, she got in, shut the door, put the seatbelt on, turned the car on, and drove off and went to work. Now over at that car she was staring at, it's 2 people ducking down.